as introduced, I'm Di Galpin. I've been supporting innovation, spin-out startups, commercialisation from within Southampton for 20 years plus, and really pleased to be able to share a piece of work that we've been working on, funded by Research England. Vicky, let me introduce you, has been supporting delivery of the programme where we devised the toolkit, but also has a key role in investor stakeholder relations. So it will be a valuable point of contact should you be interested to engage further in understanding how to access opportunities and flow from across the Set Squared partnership moving forward. Vicky, do you want to just quickly say hello?
Yes, hello everyone. So Di will be leading the presentation today, but if you have any questions, my contact details are at the end of the slide deck, so feel free to reach out after the presentation too.
Brilliant, thank you, Vicky. Do you want to start sharing?
Okay, can you see my screen?
It's not yet sharing.
There we go, it's a bit of a lag. That should...
Yep, I can.
Brilliant, thank you. So the main bit that we're going to talk to you about today is the Deal Readiness Toolkit that we've developed, and giving you a quick snapshot of it and maybe encourage you to explore moving forward. Before I do, what I wanted to do was do a quick introduction to the Set Squared partnership, because I didn't want to assume that you all understood what we were. So the Set Squared partnership is made up of 6 universities, Bath, Bristol, Cardiff, Exeter, Southampton and Surrey. And we have been partnering together for more than 20 years, predominantly around business incubation and acceleration. But we also have been supporting on student enterprise together, and more recently under the Impact IP programme, working together across the commercialisation functions, technology transfer offices, as you might also know them. We have a strong track record of delivering innovation, startup companies and raising investment, and we also run a number of programs. Many of you may be familiar with, have heard of the iCure program. We are one of the core delivery partners, having sort of initiated it many moons ago, but working together now very much with Innovate UK, trying to scaling up at a national level, which is really fabulous to see. Our programs that we support on are quite often sector specific. We've also got some examples of sort of health related innovation boot camps and similar that we have provided. Do you want to move on, Vicky? So I'm going to talk a little bit more about the Impact IP program. That's one of the programs, and this is the one that brought the technology transfer offices together. And more importantly, the one where we devised the Deal Readiness Toolkit, which I will talk in a bit more detail on. We had a huge aim to bring the 6 partner universities together, harmonise and standardise what we did. We wanted to build capacity and training for commercialisation fellows, and training for our technology transfer managers. There was also a focus and a priority around building university and investor links, and knowing that in all of these elements, you need to bring the business expertise together. We're really proud to work together with 6 entrepreneurs in residence, rather than us relying on our own ones within our own institutions. So working together across this piece has really helped us understand how we do things and why. The Deal Readiness Toolkit evolved out of this programme, and that's what we're going to talk about in a little bit more detail now. So the Deal Readiness Toolkit, we're hoping it's a free-to-use open access resource we've developed for ourselves, building on our years of experience, but absolutely it's open, and we wanted organisations, investors and other higher education partners to be able to access it and use it if they find it useful. We have done a huge amount of co-creation, not least with 3 investors and 3 law firms, but also with patent attorneys. It's complementary to and not repeating the UCIT guide. It doesn't focus on what should the percentages be, what should the equity split be. This is all about what do we need to do to get ourselves to safely have a deal completed. Do you want to move on? And I should have said it was funded by Research England, and Vicky is going to try and we've got a short video that hopefully, I'm not sure we're getting the volume yet, Vicky.
Yeah, if you let me know if you can't hear it, because we always struggle with this bit.
The volume isn't coming through yet.
Okay, hang on. We cracked it with Teams. Let me just see.
If we can't, then I'll
if anyone knows how to play the sound on Zoom, please shout.
I can't find any setting in my toolbar that relates to sound sharing, unfortunately. Anyone know?
It might be on the speaker side, so you are presenting, there must be an option. Use the PC system. We can't see from this side.
Yeah, no, I'm looking at the top bar, because on Teams it's at the very top, and at the bottom.
Here you might have look at audio on the left bottom for Teams. Sorry, for Zoom. Do you have the Zoom window?
Yeah, no, there's nothing there.
Vicky, on the bottom there's a more with 3 dots. If you click on there's an audio, and I believe that you might have the browser built-in noise suppression or something similar on. And if not, we'll just skip the video.
Yeah, no, it's not showing on mine.
Okay, let's skip the video. Apologies, the video works, and we can get it to work, and it's always tech that gets it for us.
I found it. Okay, I have found it, Di.
Okay.
We can edit this bit out, it'll be fine.
Start again, okay.
This resource designed to streamline research commercialization. Introducing the Deal Readiness Toolkit, a powerful free-to-access resource designed to streamline research commercialization, created by the Set Squared Partnership Universities with input from investors, legal experts, and IP professionals, and funded by Research England. The toolkit brings consistency, clarity, and speed to spin-out and licensing deals. Why does it matter? The faster high-quality deals happen, the sooner world-changing research can reach the marketplace, where it can have a real environmental, social, and economic impact. Where does the journey begin? The journey starts at a pivotal trigger point, the decision to commercialize IP either through a licensing deal or by creating a spin-out company. From here, the toolkit supports you until the deal closes. Who's the toolkit for? Every stakeholder plays a different part in the commercialization process, whether you're in a tech transfer office, an academic founder or originator, an investor, or licensee. The toolkit gives you clear, actionable steps, customized for your role, to keep the process moving forward. Each pathway, be it licensing or spin-out, comes with a dedicated, easy-to-follow map to guide you through the process. Choose which pathway. While the commercialization process is rarely linear, we've mapped a typical licensing and spin-out journey, showing key interactions and stages to guide you through each route. Using the license pathway as an example, you can see that each map is broken down by audience, so you can easily identify the actions for your role. And for ease of use, the actions are also divided into 3 phases: preparation, negotiation, and close, so you always know what's next. Each map has clickable links, enabling you to drill down into the details of each step for each audience. There is also a dedicated spin-out pathway map, which includes the same functionality but with spin-out specific actions and information. As well as guidance provided on the webpage, you'll find useful assets along the way, built around what you need at your stage. Like detailed playbooks, which break down the why, what, and how of commercial deals. Standardized legal templates for everyone to use, saving you time and resources. And checklists, giving you peace of mind that you've ticked off all the essential elements of the commercial deal. All of these assets are easily accessible and embedded within the relevant sections. The Deal Readiness Toolkit brings together decades of research and commercialization expertise in one place to help UK research teams move from innovation to impact faster.
Brilliant, thank you, Vicky. So hopefully that gave you a bit of an overview and just a bit of a recap. Do you want to move back a slide, Vicky?
Yeah.
Oh, you're going forward, not back.
Oh, no, I think it's, sorry, it has jumped. Hang on. Apologies, let me just go back. It always does this after the video. There we go.
So a quick recap. What we've really focused on the Deal Readiness Toolkit. We recognise that doing deals is hard, and getting the right information together to do them quickly is even harder. And often it comes from a misunderstanding or a lack of appreciation between the researcher and the TT office, and or the investors and potential licensees. So within this programme, what we're calling the Deal Readiness Toolkit is looking at quite a focused phase of are we ready to do the deal? So pretty much we'll have at the start of the Deal Readiness Toolkit is an understanding which pathway was going. We're either going to do a license deal with an organisation or we're going to do a spin out. As the video said, it's a free to use resource, but we are asking for registration. And that enables us to track downloads of resources. The QR code is there, and you'll see it a few times as we go through. Vicky, I don't know if the QR code looks to be cut off, is a comment that I think I've just seen. We will share it comes up in a number of other slides, so hopefully they work, and if not, we'll make sure that the link is provided in the chat in a moment. Do you want to move on? And so, as the video said, there are pathways, there's a license one, and just trying to understand the roles of each party and what they might need to be doing at each stage. And that's clickable through. Next slide, and ditto, we have the same for the license pathway. I'm not going to hover on those slides because the video covered it quite nicely. The toolkit development, when we came together, we recognised that, you know, a TTO needs more than 30 templates and checklists in order to do the job. This was a pilot programme over a short period of 20 months, so we had to prioritise. And what we did is we worked with our with colleagues across the sector, as well as ourselves, to sort of prioritise what we would work on. And so we've done the priority actions, but we haven't yet completed. We are looking at follow-on projects to build out the resource. Move on. So what we have is playbooks or templates in each of them. The bold is live on the site today. The not quite bold are the ones that are agreed and finalised and will be coming out imminently. We say imminently, but because within the site there is a design function, so we're working with the designers to build out the materials to put them up on the site. So they will be coming out over the next sort of 10 days or so, because we have completed the prime work. We've done most of them in consultation with not just the 6 universities, but with our entrepreneurs in residence, with investors, but also the wider higher education partners. And many universities have been engaged with us. The one that might take a little bit longer to come through is the interinstitutional agreement. So that's where there's a revenue share between, say, for example, if Southampton and Bristol were both had rights to the IP, how would we agree who leads on the commercialisation? We are at this is a priority document for the sector, so we've been doing final discussions with Oxford, Cambridge, Manchester Innovation Factory, and a number of other organisations, as well as the 6 universities, to make sure that we're all happy. What we want to do is almost create this resource is a toolkit that we would all use together, and we hope it would be valuable for more broadly than just the 6 partner universities. So that's really an idea of what's coming forward. We hope that the value of the Deal Readiness Toolkit isn't just for TTOs. It was a driver to make sure that we were quicker and faster at getting deals done. But we wanted to make sure that our founders were really aware of the deal and commercial terms and explain some of the complex legal concepts that they would need to do. Also encourage them to understand why, when we ask questions around due diligence and who they've been funded by, it's not just it's for a good reason, to make sure that we've cleared the rights necessary and we've got the permissions. I'm sure you're all aware, as funders and or of research, that you will want to make sure that the TTOs have come and got the necessary consents before commercializing. We do believe that investors and licensees, it's really important that many of them understand, and particularly if they don't regularly invest in university startups, understand some of the expectations and requirements of what it means when a university invests. So we very much hope that it will help bring everybody onto the same page to understand the terms and essential provisions. What I will say is the templates and guidance were not just written by us. Actually, the lawyers are the lawyers that represent investors and represent startups. So it's not that they were doing it for what we want. What we really wanted to do is have a fantastic starting point, whereby we've already worked through some of the key provisions at a level that should be acceptable both for a university, an investor, and the founders or licensees. So we're really very much hoping that lawyers will start to familiarise themselves with the toolkit, and it might educate some newbie lawyers to understand, again, some of the nuances that happen when universities license technology, including reserved research rights, amongst other elements. Next slide. So the Deal Readiness Toolkit, the programme that we've been working on and funded by Research England, draws to the end at the end of this month, but we are moving into phase 2, and part of that is taking it national, with and also an ambition to build it out to come further up to the tree to the point of disclosure, but also do a bit more work on post-deal management. What we really want to do is champion, and one of the reasons for coming today is make people aware of the toolkit, because wouldn't it be wonderful if more broadly we all had a starting point that could get us to deal quicker. So we want to raise familiarity and hopefully encourage adoption by external partners. We absolutely have ambition and to retain that really close connectivity between our partner technology transfer offices, and build on the work that we did with creating university investor links. While SETSquared as a whole has excellent investor links, quite often that was at the acceleration center area and less likely to be within the technology transfer office. So we're coming earlier. Most investors want to see and scout and influence at an earlier stage. So that connectivity with the technology transfer offices is really important. So we plan to continue doing investor roundtables, and our investment futures showcase, which there'll be a slide coming up, is also an opportunity for us to remain connected. Next slide. Oh, there you go. As if by magic, I've talked about investment futures. So one area that we do, we've been doing this for many years from SETSquared, and November 4th is our investor showcase in London. We have 20. I think we're actually finalising the selection right now. But it's a free to attend event, and we're really looking for investors. So if you are coming here with the concept of investing in medical technologies, keep an eye on the site, register, please come join, but also understand how you can connect into the pipeline of opportunities coming out of any 6 of the SETSquared universities. But it's not just, I should point out, about the spin outs, it's also startups that we support in our ecosystem. There is a link in the delegate registration or the QR code. These slides have been shared with Sonia, so hopefully you will get the slide pack as well after this event. Move on. The other element that, and I added this in slightly because I understood from Sonia that to a certain extent, some of you are also exploring whether or not you are looking to set up your own venture program, not venture programs, venture funds, as opposed to grant funding. So we do as Set Squared hold the Investory, host an Investory platform, and that's where we encourage our spin-outs and startups who are on a fundraising campaign to put their proposition and make them available. And we also encourage investors to register because you can view the wealth of opportunities across the 6 partner universities. As I said, it's not just spin-outs, it might also include innovative startups in our ecosystem. So again, if you are looking at things as part of as building a venture capability and wanting to scout, we would welcome you to register onto the platform and explore the opportunities that are there. And that is the end of the presentation, and really an opportunity for discussion and any questions.